For decades, the evolution of computing experiences followed a dynamic path of improved performance and industry growth. Today, an explosion of new technologies and usages have transformed user expectations, elevating the importance of the overall computing experience and putting the user at the center of the computing universe. This is the new era of computing. And this is its engine.
各位贵宾，让我们欢迎 Intern 资深副总裁 Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Tom Kiroi, Senior Vice President of Intel Corporation.
Thank you very much, and welcome to Computex. It's great to be back in Taipei, and certainly the theme is appropriate, shaping the future. Because the innovation in the computing industry happens right here in Taipei. It's the heartbeat of all innovation and the center of how we go to market, no matter what type of device in our industry. And it's really where the future is being shaped. And that's what I want to talk about today, how Intel is shaping the future, but more importantly, how are we doing it together? It's been a journey when we talk about computing, a journey of decades. We've gone from number crunching in the mainframe era. I started my career in 1979. That was what computing was. And then we moved into the era of the 80s, where 80s and 90s where the PC came into play. But remember, that was in the business segment, where as consumers, we weren't using PCs. It was for business and productivity. And then, of course, the age of the internet, and that's where the consumer came into play. And now it's ubiquity. And throughout all this innovation, it's now to the point where, with ubiquity, the user is, as the video said, the center. And as industry players, we need to start with the user and work backwards as we approach our innovation. And that's where we say the user experience matters more now than ever. So what do we mean when we say experience? Let's face it, we're humans before we're users, right? So experiences are sensed. What we see, what we hear, and what we feel. That's what defines our experiences. And the fuel for that is brought to life by content. Look at these numbers. I mean, we see these all the time, and every time I see them, I take a step back and I'm amazed. We're obsessed with content, social content, hundreds of millions of photos, posts, tweets, across whatever platform, whether it's Facebook, Tencent, Sina. And you here in Taiwan are very active internet users. 75% of you in this country watch online video each month. All of this drives huge traffic, over an exabyte per day. And increasingly, it's becoming mobile. So the result of all this is driving demand for mobile on-ramps. This is a study by Gartner that depicts growth projections out through 2016 across the different devices. We know phones are now smart. Tablets have come on. And as the devices get more capable, what happens is there's more traffic. So tablets actually generate 3 times the amount of data traffic that smartphones do. Then you move to notebook. Of course, you're getting even more capability, more sophistication. That's 7x more traffic than tablets. So the more capable the device, naturally, the richer the experience, more traffic. Whatever the case is, it's opportunity for all of us to mine. So let's start with smartphones. They're always with us. They're in our pocket or purse. It's the easiest way to share experience. Snap a photo, post to social. And do we notice how everybody likes to entertain themselves with their mobile phone when they're bored? Nowadays, you get in an elevator with the door shuts and everybody picks up their mobile phone and starts looking during that awkward pause. Or when whether you're waiting in line, sitting on an airplane, people are using their mobile phone to pass that idle time. It's also peace of mind. You're in control. You're never lost. Literally never lost. You've got direction, capability, everything you want. But most importantly, compute is king. That plays right into Intel's strengths. The opening video played off our smartphone. Our smartphone that's in the market in China. We have it in India as well as Europe. And when we talk about performance, remember its usages. We're not going to talk about bits and bytes. As a user, it's kind of a nice thing to be able to take a picture and know you can snap 10 pictures per second. Many times there's motion or somebody's blinking. The chance you get it right is pretty high. So there's a lot of reasons performance can matter in a phone. We'll take a look at a few examples in a bit. But it's more than the hardware as well. We do a lot of work with software too. And optimized JavaScript engine really gives us fast web experience. And why we consider we have industry-leading browser performance on an Intel-based smartphone. All of this happens with great power efficiency. That has to be the given. No impact in a better way. So what about tablets? Tablets extend the experience. It's a bigger screen. Better for video, in many cases, gaming, browsing. Increasingly, we're seeing very interesting for the line of business, not just business, the line of business. Medical personnel, delivery people, sommelier, bringing out a wine list, on and on. So you say, what about Intel tablets? Well, Intel, we support Android, but primarily on tablets we're focused on Windows 8. All the great performance you expect from Intel, of course, you're going to get an Intel-based tablet. The Intel-based tablets are going to have connected standby, all-day battery life. Most importantly, Intel-based tablets are going to allow you the opportunity to run both the web apps in the Metro UI, and desktop apps. Desktop apps is the software we are used to working with. PC apps, ubiquitous, millions of applications. They work well. They work on Intel-based tablets. We have strong momentum in the ecosystem, 20+ design wins with tablets. We're eager to get to market. And the message is from web applications to Windows apps, period, to any and all devices you've ever bought before. It just works on an Intel-based tablet. So enough of talking about phones and tablets. This is about user experience. So of course we have some demos in store. I'm going to call Craig on stage. Craig, you heard me. We don't want to talk bits and bytes. We want to talk about user experience. So can you show the audience a little bit about what they can expect with some Intel-based smartphones?
That's absolutely right. So what I have here is actually, as you mentioned, our opening video was played in stunning 1080p HD directly from our handheld here. But I figured, that's something that we do have an HDMI cable that we're able to string it up, and it's a fairly common usage model that we're able to use today. But we're Intel. We're famous for performance, and our handhelds we expect a little bit more. So we might want to go ahead and show us off an application in the same vein, where we're talking about this great new version of HD video, but in this case, I'm going to go ahead and actually what I have here is an HD video. The IM360 app, it's actually 100% interactive HD 1080p video. So using all the sensors on my phone, I can actually go in and pinch and zoom. You want to talk about a user-centered experience, Tom, this is kind of the performance that we're promising people when they pick up an IA handheld.
And that's what users care about. They don't care about the phone has great performance. They care about what they can do with that performance. That's a pretty cool demo, but pretty cool usage that I think the average consumer would love.
Absolutely.
If they knew about it.
If they knew about it, right? And that's what we want to guarantee. There's a lot of cool stuff out there that a lot of people are bringing into their homes and showing off their friends, and we want to make sure that you have access to those experiences when you pick up an IA handheld.
Excellent.
Let's add a little bit of flavor into that as well. But
You always do.
performance is one thing, obviously, but we want to talk about what we have as far as great IA platform advantages. And in this great new wave of HD video coming out there, we have in our phones wireless display.
So when we say platform, wireless display, many of you know, has run off our core-based PCs for years now.
Correct.
Wireless display now brought to mobile-based smartphones.
Yep, now we're able to actually enjoy that experience in the handheld. So we know how great that feature is as far as sharing your movies and your pictures with family and friends you have up to a big screen. But here's actually a quick example. I'm going to go in here and open up an application called SoundHound. And SoundHound is actually, you're going to take a standard Android application that we have, and I'm going to go ahead and navigate here. Go ahead and take a seat, guys. All right. Perfect. You guys got it? Oh, phew. All right. So there we go. And SoundHound actually allows me to, it's a pretty standard application, right, Tom? So it actually allows me to go through and get a bunch of more information about a song that I've heard or a song that I want more information about, and it goes out to the internet and is able to bring all that down to me, including lyrics, including information about artists, etc.
Once again, pretty common thing.
Pretty common thing, but when we actually have a wireless display, how does that change the experience of these normal applications? And I can't believe you talked me into this again, but I guess we're going to go ahead and do a little live karaoke jam.
We're going to do a little sharing, and it's a lot easier to share and enjoy when it's on a big screen.
That is exactly right. So
I'm going to let you loose.
all right, let's go ahead and give this a try. But again, changing the experience of a regular application with wireless display. Here we go.
Go for it.
That is literally the amount of bandwidth that I know. Oh, Brian, you guys are way too kind. But thank you so much for our volunteers that did an excellent job on that.
Yes, thank you very much for our volunteers. We needed you. Come on back to your day job, Craig.
Oh, well, that's true. You know, it's actually statistically proven that karaoke goes a lot better with beers. But, pardon me, guys.
Well, while you're connecting that, I know you got more. You want to show user experiences, and somehow or another, I got to figure gaming is in your repertoire of what you want to show.
It always is, Tom. You know me more than anybody else, I suppose. So here, actually, I have a Lenovo K800.
Whoa. Come on. You're holding this little bone up here. I just got done saying it's in a tablet's extended experience.
Well,
let me show you an app.
All right. Let's go ahead and blow this up. So I have Fruit Ninja here running, obviously, on a K800. We showed off wireless display on the orange phone, and then obviously our HD on the Lava. But as you can see here, now let's change the experience. When I really want to get some fruit slashing fun done, might as well use all 5 fingers, right? So here I have an IA tablet, and I was able to download my favorite games that we can go ahead and get some great slashing done into. But, you know, that's not all, Tom. Let me go ahead and, I'm going to go ahead and pause this. This is actually a tablet running Windows 8. Now if I can pause this sucker for me, there we go. And we'll go ahead and put that guy. But actually, it's going to pop me out to the desktop here, which we'll go ahead and have a great experience on this tablet. But Windows 8 basically allows us to do all the desktop applications that we had, like Fruit Ninja before.
As well as Metro and web apps.
Ooh, pardon me sometimes.
You having a problem there?
A little bit of an issue, but I can bring it right back.
Okay. Well, what Craig would be showing you is how easy it is for Windows 8 to pop back and forth between desktop and Metro. And as I mentioned earlier, we have all the software applications we used to work with, and the way to get access to that is desktop. And then, of course, with Metro UI itself, you've got access to all of them.
I can go ahead and bounce between the two. So actually, I have the desktop here. Pardon me for that little interruption there, but as I can go ahead and I have this great Metro experience that I have on here, and as you can see, I even have an app up tile. I can go ahead and go into the store, find out all the greatest applications. It's also an excellent way for us to get our optimized IA applications onto a tablet like this. But then again, it's not always about fun. So I actually have this Lenovo tablet here, which actually gives me a pretty great experience on the consumer side, but we want to talk about all those other great applications applications, line of business.
What about small business?
Well, small business is actually a great example that I have here. Here I have this is Quicken 2012 that I'm running here. It's a standard for balancing the books on your small business, but think of all the other applications that we have in business, and I'm also marrying this application to basically some great web information that I can as well by being able to marry the desktop with a full Metro experience.
And that was what I was saying earlier. You see more and more retail clerks on the floor with tablets, and they're using a lot of the cool new web apps. But there's also an SAP inventory management system, very common in retail. And if you're on the floor and you want to check that inventory, you can be sure you want to go to that desktop mode. You know that application. It runs on Windows, Intel-based products of the past, are going to run on the Intel-based tablets, and you have that opportunity to pop back and forth.
And that's exactly right. Completely open ecosystem, so you can get all that software that we've loved, as well as all the device and the peripheral components that you've had before. So you know all your printers are going to work. Hook up a mouse, your hard drive, your keyboards, and all that's going to work automatically.
All the millions of devices out there just work. But you know, it's not just the hardware, Craig, it's the software as well. As Intel's always done, we work with app developers to make sure the best touch experience is going to be on IA devices. So it's the hardware we're enabling, but also that enabling we're doing the software to make sure the touch experience is best, whether it be on the tablet, the phone, or mobile.
Exactly. And we want that to be best on Intel, and we're working hard to make that happen.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot, Tom. Appreciate it.
So, we're in the post-PC era, right? That's the question I'm sure that everyone's asking. We talked about tablets, we talked about phones. Now, you wouldn't expect a top Intel executive to be on stage and agree with this, right? So, who would be a better audience that might have a little bit more credibility on this topic? What about the youth today? You know, the next generation of users, what would they say? Are we in the post-PC era? They say no way. This was a study that was done by Cisco, a global study of college students all over the world. 2 out of 3 students said that the PC was the most important device in their life, and they asked about a phone, a tablet, a PC. So this is the youth that's grown up with technology that we didn't, I certainly didn't grow up with. So whether it's a PC, a smartphone, a tablet, 2 out of 3 chose the PC. Why is it? Well, when you take a look at the different usages, some of it might be surprising, most of it isn't. But study after study, the PC is preferred when it comes to the combination of content creation and content consumption. So this is a survey, by the way, the global survey of mobile users, mobile phone users in particular, so that when they looked across these devices, they had experience working with tablets, with phones, and with PCs. But that doesn't make us feel like we can stand still. We must keep innovating. And that's why 1 year ago, when Sean was on stage, we talked about the Ultrabook, ushering in a new era of computing. We can't stand still. We understand what users are expecting today, consumers and business. We announced Ultrabook, embracing ultra responsiveness, ultra thin, ultra secure. This was this new era we were ushering in. And really, it was unleashing a wave of innovation. Behind me are about 50 Ultrabooks, representing the second major wave. So we're a year later, and we have 110 plus designs on the 3rd generation core. And you're seeing an example of 50 behind me. The point here, you can see the headlines, but every major ODM, every major OEM, and every major retailer across the world is embracing Ultrabook. For all the reasons we're going to talk about, we've talked about before, but we'll talk about again. There is tremendous momentum around Ultrabook. And this really is a once-in-a-decade point. We refer to the fact that when the transition happened from desktop to mobile to Centrino, that created an incredible wave of innovation and acceleration of usages, and really unwired and get out and experience a new type of computing. We'll talk about not just what Ultrabooks enable today, but what they will in the future. So what did enable this? Well, once again, we can talk about the innovation, but I think it's easier to see it because it's brought to life through your imagination and your innovation. So Art, can you give us a little idea, a view of what's inside these Ultrabooks?
Sure. And why don't we actually use the performance of another Ultrabook to look at the innovations of what actually went into making the Ultrabook. So we could do something with augmented reality, something like this. Actually take apart the CPU and look at each of the components.
What a better way to show up an Ultrabook than augmented reality. So let me walk through a little bit about the innovative work we've done over the last year. Display thickness is reduced 40% while also becoming more power efficient. Batteries evolved from cylindrical to prismatic, reducing height 65% while improving battery life. Keyboard thickness reduced 30%. The reduced CPU power allows for thinner thermal solutions. To deliver ultra-responsive experiences, hard disk drives transition to solid-state drives or mechanical hard drives with SSD cache. And finally, machined aluminum, die-cast metal, and composite plastics provide a much stronger chassis for ultra-thin Ultrabooks. So, a tremendous amount of work from all of you. So from Intel, Shishay, thank you. Please give yourself a big round of applause. But we're just getting started. We really are on the verge of this new era. We are just getting started. And what we're announcing today is the third generation dual-core launch. This would be known as the Ivy Bridge platform. The third generation dual-core is officially launching today. And what this slide shows is a comparison of the prior generation, second generation core, Sandy Bridge, to third generation core. And you can see, as you'd expect, this is a, by the way, in the Intel vernacular, tick-tock. This is a tick. It's an improvement in process technology. Although, when it comes to graphics, we would probably call it a top. The performance is 22% better, 15% lower power, 2x better media in 3D graphics. And sometimes we don't talk about this as much as we probably should, but compared to a 3-year-old laptop that you might own and have at home, the graphics performance is 19 times better in the third generation. So we're continuing to raise the bar, including integrated security. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. So this third generation core platform will unleash more Ultrabook innovation as well. Let's start with how we can raise the bar. What we're doing to raise the bar for consumers on Ultrabook. And let's start with responsiveness. Last year, you may remember, we talked about rapid start or fast resume. Well, this year we have Smart Connect that allows you to update content even while the notebook or the Ultrabook is asleep. So that means when your lid is shut, there's a wireless access point, your email can be updating when your lid is shut. It's much more convenient, user-friendly, makes you more productive. We also have capabilities on responsiveness offered by Thunderbolt or USB 3 to quickly get the content on and off your Ultrabook so you're not late. Ultra thin, more stylish. Well, last year you delivered a number of ultra thin designs. This year, with even lower CPU power, as I showed you, and advances in material, they're going to allow even more innovative devices. You're going to see, designs. You're going to see some of it. And then finally, there's the greater peace of mind and security. This is increasingly becoming more and more important, whether we realize it or not as consumers. Businesses get it. I think consumers probably don't quite get it yet. Last year we talked about anti-theft and identity protection. Anti-theft protects your data if your Ultrabook is stolen. Identity protection helps you securely shop and bank both very important. Nobody wants to lose the asset. Your Ultrabook, nobody wants to lose their data. So anti-theft, identity protection, we're taking it to a much higher degree of focus in this next generation of Ultrabooks. These are going to be enabled really what we'll call out of the box. We're now having support in 22 countries with 11 languages. So we've really raised the bar on what I'll call security or that peace of mind with this generation of Ultrabook. But as we talked about earlier, Ultrabook is not just for the consumer. What we're doing is we're raising the bar with Ultrabook by bringing vPro, which is what IT has been demanding and deploying for the last 5 or 6 years in the enterprise. IT wants to lower the cost of managing the PCs and get better security. That's what vPro does. So now vPro is offered on Ultrabooks, and this is important because consumerization of IT is happening. We're all consumers. We love the stylish, cool designs. We want to bring them in the enterprise. So now you've got conflicting priorities between a CEO that wants to support his employee base, but also understands that the CIO wants to support security and safety in the enterprise. vPro bridges that with consumer appeal and IT approval. So now everyone wins. But you know what? That's not good enough either. Because you know what? We can raise the bar even higher. We're raising the bar on more natural interaction. We're making progress with the Nuance partnership, which we announced at CES in January. You're going to see it live here in a bit. But when it comes to more natural interaction, we all know touch is just around the corner with Ultrabooks, because Windows 8 will be launching and enabling touch. And we've all used touch, many of us on phones and tablets, and it's going to offer an exciting degree of innovation. Many of you have seen it. We're going to showcase some of the great designs we're seeing on touch, but again, I can talk about it. It's probably much better to hear about it. So I'd like to introduce one of our most innovative, fastest growing customers, based right here in Taipei. Please welcome Jim Wong, the president of Acer. Jim, great to see you, and I can't wait to see what you're going to show us and what Acer's doing in innovating around touch.
I think touch is natural and that's a very intuitive way for you, for human beings. We all grow up learning to touch and to speak before typing and writing, right? So touch is so important. And touch, that's in the last few years also evolved so fast. So the smoothness is so important for that. I'm carrying with me that's the Acer's that's the 11.6 and the Full HD that's the tablet with me. So I'm just to show you that this is so responsive, and this is very basic for a touch phone.
Excellent. You've got it in a tablet format here, and I know Acer, and I saw another device sitting up here, Jim, and I'm eager to hear all the great work you're doing with touch on a tablet on a Core processor as well. What are you doing around Ultrabook and touch, Jim?
Well, I think, let me show you that. And when I'm showing that, I just continue my saying. So,
nice Ultrabook, nice thin Ultrabook. I like it.
Actually, this is not one, this is two. One for you and one for me.
Ah, that is ultra thin. Woo.
Again, you can see the touch smoothness of that. So this is not only thin, it's also including touch. This is so thin, it's half of the thickness of the regular notebook as of today, including touch. And the thickness is less than 12 millimeters. So that's why we call it half inches and less for this.
A lot of engineering work needs to get done. When you talk about consumer appeal and style, there's a lot of work that needs to get done to get a design as sleek and thin looking as this. And can you say something about the fact that there's no compromise on performance?
Of course, this is using the third generation, the Intel core technology. And in order to do this, we have to solve a lot of problems. The thinner the profile, the more demanding from users about the thermal comfort and the lower acoustic noise. So this one, we are working with the Intel closely on the hyperbaric cooling system into this one, and we make it so thin, still with a very low acoustic noise and thermal comfort. So user won't feel the hit it all with their users.
Excellent. Jim, what an exciting innovation again by Acer. Look forward to seeing these in the market and want to thank you for the great work you're doing. Thanks for sharing on stage.
Sure. Yeah, that's my pleasure.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
As Jim said, I think touch is a real game changer. He showed the great work he's done on a tablet and how that's extended now to an Ultrabook. We really believe that touch is essential for the Ultrabook experience. Now, from smartphones to tablets, consumers are going to expect to have that touch capability. And Windows 8, when it comes out, will deliver a great touch experience. So if you remember, a year ago we announced a $300 million Ultrabook fund that was backed by Intel Capital. What we're announcing today is that we're going to step up Intel to lead touch. You see a number of partner companies on here, TPK, Intech, HandsTouch, and Kando. We're investing, Intel is, to help jumpstart factories and to help enable roughly 3 to 5 times the forecasted demand and capacity that is currently in place. Frankly speaking, we're betting on touch becoming a big deal. We think it's a game changer. We think consumers are going to gravitate to touch. And it's focusing on high quality 13-inch plus panels. So it's focused on what high quality. There's plenty of touch panels, 11-inch and below. So we're making an investment here with these companies to help accelerate capacity and make sure when the consumers are asking for touch, going into the retail stores, the industry is already set up to supply. So as an industry, let's embrace and let's accelerate, because we at Intel love accelerating transitions. That's how you can win, and that's how the consumer and business user can. And this also paves the way to what I say is no compromise. When I say no compromise, I mean an ultra-book convertible. We have raised the bar. There's no reason to compromise. If you want a tablet experience, you want touch on a clamshell, or you want both. So again, here to talk about innovation in this area around ultrabook convertibles, please welcome one of the great innovators in our industry to stage, Johnny Shi, Chairman of ASUS. Johnny, once again, it's a pleasure to share the stage with you at Computex. I remember sharing the stage in New York when we launched the ZenBook. What can you share with the audience today around ultrabook convertibles?
Well, relentlessly raise the bar is actually the common goal and philosophy Intel and ASUS shares. So let me show you this incredible ultrabook convertible. I think this one is the ultimate and best demonstration, of this kind of raising the bar. So let me show you that. Could you help me to hold a little bit?
I sure will.
Okay.
It's a great ultrabook design, as I would expect from ASUS.
Hold this.
Yes?
Yes. Okay.
There we go.
I think this is the world's most powerful and also the thinnest, the lightest Intel Core i7
Wow.
tablet. Okay? So you can see how, ultra responsive it is, because super powerful processor, right? And you can see actually, sorry, I'm a little bit.
That's okay. You were just showing some of the tiles going back and forth. They're quite responsive. And there's a great image showing the great graphics capability we've got here. Gonna pull up a picture.
Spectrum.
That doesn't want to pop up, it looks like.
here we go. So you can see, you know, how smooth, how responsive it is.
Great pictures.
Yes.
And as I hold this up, it is so light. It's so thin, so light. But you said you're getting great performance of a Core i7.
Yeah.
So Johnny, I noticed while you're working there, it looks like you have another
Let me show you.
I'll show you one more thing. You bet.
Let me see. Okay.
What's the music? There you go.
Okay. Well, the beauty of the sound, this is the ancient stone master technology. I need to make it close to the microphone.
It was worth the wait. So, Johnny, we were talking about the senses, and that's great. Music for hearing, and of course the images for seeing, and of course the touch.
Right.
But I see you have another toy up here. Can you show the audience in terms of Ultrabook convertibles, what else ASUS has in plan?
Sure. Yeah. I think this is another, you know, incredible Ultrabook convertible. And as you can see, it has the same look and feel of our ZenBook. Unique, unibody design, and extremely thin and light.
Very light.
Yeah. But I think more importantly, speaking of raising the bar, let me show you. Look at this. What a beautiful black mirror finish. But this is not a study glass, okay?
Wow.
See?
Wonderful.
I think this is super powerful Core i7 tablet, okay? So you can see how, yeah.
So you're really showing no compromise.
Right. Okay, and let me show you another amazing feature, because we cannot just stop here.
It already looks like no compromise. I can't believe there's anything else you're going to show me, but
Right,
hopefully.
yeah. I think now we have to keep raising the bar. So let me show you another amazing feature. Okay, but takes a little time. Yeah.
Open it back up again.
Yes.
So I get to look at the screen on this side while you're...
You're going to do that one.给他回来。对，但是我现在回到这边来。对。
This will be worth the wait. I can tell you.
Next time. So see, the parents can work on, you know, his productivity work when the kid is, you know, watching a movie. Okay?
Very good. Thank you, Patty. That is multitasking at its best.
Yes. So that's what I mean. I think now we are taking the multitasking, you know, up to another level.
You are.
Yeah.
here for your money.
Thank you. Don't forget, although this is, the two-in-one, but it is as thin and as light as our Zenbook. Okay?
I can attest to that.
So let me present to you this incredible ultrabook convertible, the Asus multi-chip, as a gift.
Wow, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nice job. So, seeing is believing. We talked a lot about user experience. And really, it is all about the user. Ultrabook is about delivering the ultimate user experience, no matter who that user may be.
Falling in love again, I never wanted to. What am I to do? I can't help it. Love's always been my game, played as I may. I was born that way, I can't help it.
不好意思，可以打扰你一下吗？对，常被问到，可是我只想告诉你，你有超酷的 Ultrabook。
If I wanted to,
也变成平板电脑。
what am I to do? Can't help it.
So the Ultrabook won out over one of the most well-known celebrities in Taiwan, Li Hongwang. Ultrabooks, though, are about more than style. So Craig, come out here one more time if you can. Let's talk about above and beyond everything we've shown today. What do we have in the future?
Well, yeah, when we want to talk about the next generation of this brand new dawn of Ultrabooks, it's all about the senses, how we're going to be able to use sight, sound, touch, in order to have that your devices are adapting to you, not the other way around. But I figured we'd go ahead and talk about security. I'm bringing up the coffee shop example that we just saw with the Great Lee Home video. I'll tell you what, why don't you go ahead and hand me that notebook right there, and we'll go ahead and give it a run.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay. See what? I kind of set you up for that one. Sorry about that, Tom. But here's the overall test. All that racket that's going off here is literally the sensors in this book have been tripped, and they've now securely locked
So
down the laptop.
you went to get your latte, and I maybe wanted to grab your Ultrabook and take a look at it.
Exactly. We know how desirable they are. So the second that you go away to refill your mocha, could be right off the table. However, you now have the peace of mind with all these next generation sensors. The second that it's moved or you move too far away, it actually locks down, protects all of your data, and that's a great experience so I can have peace of mind, make sure that my sexy new Ultrabook is safe.
Okay, we're talking futures. We're talking about raising the bar. What else do you have? to
Yeah,
say?
so we definitely got some stuff. So actually, let me go ahead and I have my Ultrabook here. Up here, we go ahead and you have a great section on the user-centric experience that we have around Ultrabook as well as all of our other devices. So I figured I'd take you guys through just a standard morning. If you want to go downstairs, you have your coffee cup, and the first thing I want to do is, well, it's maybe a little bit sad, but I want to check the internet. I have email, I got news, and all that other stuff. So I'm going to walk up to my Ultrabook here, and it's going to take a look at my face. Go ahead and just log into this guy. And just like that, I'm into my desktop. So it's literally has taken the algorithm of this beautiful thing here, all of the way I'm spacing my, well, maybe a little bit too much, but my beard, the difference between my eyes, all that stuff combines to a secure algorithm that hides all of my passwords and keeps my Ultrabook here secure.
Well, that certainly raised the bar on security, but I'd also say it on user experience.
Oh, well,
It's
definitely.
nice not to have to remember all these passwords and bumble finger the password in, just being able to look at it.
Exactly right. So I come down here and we have this great Windows 8 experience. I'm able to go through here with touch and bring up all of these. I just want to check the weather in the morning. That's an easy one to do. As well as, oh, I have the desktop there in case I want to get some actual work done. But, some sports I can go ahead and bring up as well. It looks like Tiger's doing pretty good. You see him out of the trap there. But then I want to go ahead and look like while I'm in Taipei, unfortunately the weather's kind of a little underneath the weather there. But with some touch, I actually see this app up tile here that I have. And I go ahead and select the app up store, which is a great way for us to get our latest and greatest optimized IA applications, just like I have for the desktop.
App for the audience is great. It's somewhat similar to other app stores, except it hosts both web apps and existing window apps. So it's kind of like a one-stop shop tile.
Exactly right. So I see I've moved into there. Stay away from that one for a little bit. But then we'll go over into, maybe I want to go ahead, because of the weather, the way it's in here in Taipei with a little bit rainy, maybe we want to go out and take the family to a movie. So I can just go ahead and launch open Flickster, get a great experience, find out where I can go ahead and get tickets and find the latest flick. I love that new Avengers movie, so something like that would be a great pick out. But again, back to the morning. Let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and minimize some of these guys here. And I want to check my email. Let's go ahead and get into email. And again, I'm going to go ahead just with a quick touch, bring up my Gmail account, and brings me straight to the login page. But I'm going to go ahead and use my face again to input my password. So again, no more fiddling with the keyboard. I have to go in there or touch around and make sure that every site that I go to, I have to log in and log in and log in. It automatically, still securely, takes in my face, and I'm able to go ahead and see all my email with just a quick touch. It's a pretty cool experience.
Okay, now what?
All right, well, we've done sight and we've done touch, obviously. So why don't we go ahead and do some sound? So I'm a big, huge Facebook junkie. I want to make sure while I'm in Taipei, we're updating everyone here. So let's go ahead and do a quick post to Facebook. What do you say?
Go for it.
Here we go. Hello, Dragon. Post to Facebook. Hello, we're here live on stage.
Are you ready to post it?
Post it.
Updating Facebook.
Open Internet Explorer.
Opening Internet Explorer.
All right, and just like that, with no touching, no
There
fuss,
we go.
no fuss, the Keynote software is able to detect my voice. I'm able to go ahead and see a post there, and actually, we're live on stage. It came off perfectly. I can go ahead and click the link down here. It looks like someone already posted the live on stage at Computex that we're streaming onto Facebook here. So that's a really, really cool experience. So we can send that out to the rest of the world. But I guess, when we're talking about rest of the world, it's not just English and the way that we're talking now. And however, we want to open up the Ultrabook experience to the entire world. And we're going to go ahead and start with Mandarin. Literally the newest drop. We are able to go ahead and use voice in Mandarin back and forth. Tom, want to give it a try?
Well, I heard your karaoke, but are you going to do the
I
Mandarin?
only know the one verse. I don't know. So does anyone here know Mandarin?
Well, if it isn't Ron Reno himself, live and in person, the very talented artist known for creating great music and movies, please give him a warm welcome. We need your help for a demo. We know your artistry in terms of music and movie making, but can we get your help here?
With
Yeah.
on a demo. I'll try.
Okay.
What do you need?
Greg,
me for?
Last year we used you as our brand new guinea pig as far as
Okay.
trying out the newest drop of our Mandarin software. What do you say? Want to post something for the fans?
Mandarin.
Yeah,
That's one of my specialties.
I was going to say, you seem like you're perfect for it. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to go ahead and cue it up for you. If you just want to say post to Facebook,
Okay.
and then go ahead and post what you want, and then we'll go ahead and confirm it.
Post to Facebook.
Let's go. Oh, hold on. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. Wait for the beat. Here we go. Go ahead.
大家好，我是王力宏。
Nice. Take it. All right, and confirm.
可以，
Go ahead. Touch it. Go ahead. Confirm.
可以。
Okay. All right. Very first post to Mandarin. Let's go ahead and actually see how we did. I'm going to go ahead and just open Internet Explorer. Got the same account. What do you guys think?
All right.
Is that it? Did it work? All right, so again, thank you very much for your help. And again, it's just the way that your new Ultrabooks are going to be able to adapt the way that you want to work and not the other way around. I'll leave you guys to it.
Right,
thank you very
you.
much.
Thanks, man.
Pleasure, man. Thank you.
Pleasure's mine.
Well, thanks for your help. We knew you had some talent in the area of expertise in front of the Computex audience. Help us on a demo, but I have to say, I enjoyed the video a little bit more.
You like that?
You know, from an Intel standpoint, the girls went for the Ultrabook.
It happens sometimes. Sometimes, not often.
How did it happen? How did it happen?
When you got a computer that looks this good,
That's an Ultrabook convertible, it looks like.
it's hard to compete. But when it can do this, then the girls go crazy. Okay? So it has the flexibility of a tablet, and when you want to get some serious work done, you can use a keyboard.
It's multifunctional, kind of like you. Sing, act, direct, play different instruments. A little commonality there.
That's right.
Home, appreciate having you add a little bit of color and a lot of life to the stage here. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Happy Computex.
So, touch, voice, face recognition, all in the near future. What could be next? Remember, computers have the brains, and we talked about us as humans use our senses. Why shouldn't we look the same towards the computers? Imagine the possibilities. You know, just imagine when multi-gesture touch can give it a more immersive gaming experience or augmented reality. Craig showed you some capabilities, but there's really a lot more. Biometric sensing, you know, to uniquely identify you and enhance security. Or health assessment, to non-invasively monitor your well-being. Or eye tracking, so screens can be more efficient for the disabled, and they can more easily interact. This is just the tip of the iceberg. So much more is possible. But it's only possible because of our time-tested approach at Intel. It's the second to the last slide, and I'm talking about a transistor for the first time, our architecture and our whole time-tested approach. The basic building block of computing is the transistor. And at 22 nanometer, 100 million plus fit on the head of a pin. And with Tri-Gate, Intel has a 3 to 4 year lead over our competition. We're investing at a massive scale as well. It's not just making the best transistors on the globe, but it's having the scale. That's why we put $10 billion into capital spending, and we can scale our manufacturing plants to deliver the volumes that you're going to be looking for in your devices over time. But they're big bets. The 14 nanometer fabs are $5 billion plus. And it doesn't stop there. All in the same house is where our R&D is going on and our architects are at work with our architecture. We talked about the 3rd generation core. Next year is the Haswell product, the Haswell architecture. But this tick-tock model with rapid architectural and process innovation work beautifully together. And it doesn't stop there. I talked about optimization tuning. Intel's one of the biggest software companies in the world. Not just for the great companies we've brought in like McAfee and Wind River, and we've got Intel App Up, which you saw, but it's all this enabling that goes on. So it's the architects that are working on the hardware with the software, with the manufacturing capability, all in one house, that really gives us this winning formula. But it's just that, a formula, until it's brought to life by you. All of the goodness of Intel isn't enough without you. So thanks for bringing to life all these wonderful capabilities, and let's shape the future together. Thank you, and have a great Computex.